Sarah Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am really excited to share something with you guys today. So I've been watching other artists and other channels because I love them all. A lot of people are playing with pigments. So pigment is like a dry paint. There's a lot of different things that you can do with them. So some of these pigments are basically just mica that are coated in pigment. Others are actual dried pigment, and then they add in different minerals and mica powders and things like that. So I've been doing a ton of experimenting, and I've really fallen in love with the color art primary elements. They are just really spectacular the way they behave in the types of painting that I'm doing. So they kind of like bleed out, and that was what I was looking for. So I've had this idea like kind of rattling around for months where I wanted to do like a really beautiful golden composition on either a white or a gray background. And if you guys know me, whenever I'm working on smaller canvases, I'm usually working my way up into a larger piece. Unless it's like a bloom or like a bloom swipe, those are, it's kind of hard to scale that technique. So this is going to be melting pearl painting with pigments. So melting pearls with pigment. And the reason I called it melting was because you're going to see this beautiful, when the pigments are used, they kind of fall underneath the base coat and melt into the paint and give this beautiful gradient, this very subtle and very pretty effect. So glad you're here. This is the first. I've got a few more coming after this, and then hopefully I'm going to do this on a really nice, big, beautiful canvas soon as well. And I'll get you down onto my workbench and show you my colors and do some painting. All right, thanks again. All right, let's talk about our colors. So this is a Modern Masters Iridescent Pearl mixed with Golden Fluid Titanium White. That is Modern Masters Rich Gold mixed with some Golden Fluid Iridescent Gold. And then that is this very pale, almost lilac gray base coat. And I mixed up like 5 quarts of that color. Okay, and then this is the Color Art Pineapple Crush pigment. That is a Burnt Umber mica by Hippie Crafter. And then that is the Color Art Amber. And then here I have just a nice dark Payne's gray. I don't think I actually end up using that Payne's gray. It was a little bit thick. And these are all my pearl paint recipes. So basically what I'm doing is kind of a regular pearl painting, but I'm introducing some different pigments. And the way I mixed them was very similar to how I mixed my other paint. But I started with Liquitex pouring medium as the wetting agent. So I dissolved the pigment down into the Liquitex pouring medium, and then I added some GAC 800 and a bit of Floetrol and water to bring it to the consistency of my other paints. Now, this is not the traditional way to be using these pigments. A lot of people use them in the bloom technique where you're mixing it more with like a varathane or a polyacrylic and some base 3 house paint. So this is a much different approach than a bloom painting. I just want to make sure that's clear. And what I really found unique, so I put the white down and then the Pineapple Crush and the amber, and then I put that nice thick puddle of the Modern Masters gold with that golden iridescent gold right in the middle. And this is one of 2 paintings I'm showing you. So this first one, I didn't actually end up finishing it, and I'm painting on a cradle board, and so I taped the sides of this cradle board. So I'm going to take the tape off to reveal a nice wooden
edge, which I really, really like that aesthetic. I think it'll be pretty cool with these little series of paintings. So yeah, and kind of the trick here was to keep that nice vein of the Modern Masters gold kind of running down the middle. And I absolutely love what happened here. So that color art, the Pineapple Crush in particular, I found really has this kind of like bleeding, sort of melting effect into the paint. And you can watch these develop and just kind of watch what the pigments do. And it's really creating a very, very pretty look. So I hope you guys like this. I'm kind of all over the place right now. I've been doing a lot of different styles, just kind of fleshing out some ideas and playing and having a lot of fun. So I do want to revisit this on a very large canvas sometime very soon. You're going to see maybe a couple more small series of these melting pearl and pigment is what the technique would be. And if you've seen somebody do this, let me know. I've never seen pigments that I can think of used quite this way, like in a pearl painting. So yeah, I mean, I just adore it. And I hope you do too. And I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm going to come back and talk to you a little bit about the touch-up work and the varnish process. For now, just enjoy, and I'll be back soon. Okay, bye. Okay, hi. So I want to talk to you a little bit about a few things that I learned when I varnished and went to go finish this painting. So here I'm just kind of putting some final touches on this, and I actually I went and I put I floated a coat of Liquitex High Gloss varnish directly onto this painting, and it actually kind of pulled the pigment, the color art pigment, it kind of pulled it up into the varnish. So I didn't realize that it was going to do that. And it ended up working out because I was able, after that varnish had dried, I kind of came back in with a little bit more of the base coat color and kind of blended it back in and softened it up a little bit. And then I just sprayed it with a different, just nice satin varnish. So what I've learned though is with color art pigment, the best thing to do is to spray it with a Krylon Kamar, Kamar varnish, and then you can finish it however you would like. So just looking at the details, I really love this. I just think it's so soft but kind of bold, and I hope you guys like these. All right, take care, and we'll talk to you soon.